that'll help. Sorry, microphone apparently not in use. There we go. I think I've got everything sorted out. Alright. Time for a bit of a disaster save today. See if we can get this one done. I ran into it today and it piqued my interest. The Bermontian Kingdom of Poland. I don't think I've done a playthrough as this. And as you can tell, it has gone horribly wrong. Obviously, this has been ported in, so no achievements for me today. Let's take a look at just what we're facing here. It's entirely possible I can't save this one. Oh dear God, what the hell is this? So, yeah, it's entirely possible I won't be able to save this one, but I guess we'll give it a try. You know, France, if you would just attack Germany, you know, pull all these troops off Spain, pull all these troops, put them here, and start attacking Germany, we could have this one in the bag. Alright, so delete all the front lines. As it stands, we've lost the corridor, getting pushed back basically everywhere. This is nowhere near enough troops, and we're holding a bunch of land. At this point, fall back to like Warsaw, and then like this river here through the swamps, or up to Białystok, and then the river in here. Because I don't think this is core, but like up there, this is all occupied, and I'd like to have the infrastructure and manpower. It's a bit pointless to hold. Down south, Slovakia is all occupied, so it's a bit pointless to hold as well. I guess the mountains could be nice, I guess. At some point, Hungary and Romania are going to be annoying. That's not great. Oh well. Hello everyone, I hope you all have a great time. If you're enjoying these streams, feel free to hit a like button. It definitely helps the stream out in the algorithm. I'm going to enlarge myself somewhat. There we go. There we go. I'm slightly bigger. I don't think I'm in the way of anything important anyway. So, any of you guys catch the latest dev diary? Are you interested in the new doctrine changes? I know that I am. It has definitely piqued my interest. Hey, Alberto, hi! Thank you, sir! Thank you very much for your donation. And Hydrozone, 29 months. Stay hydrated, folks. Exactly. Exactly. So, well, let's actually check the army first. So what do we have? Mostly Divizia Piechoti? I don't know. Polish? This, that. It's mostly basic infantry. Oh. Yeah, we can't afford... I can almost afford that. What about artillery? We can definitely afford that. So that's a bit of a cock-up, not including the artillery. Manpower. A little low on manpower. Mobilizing more. We're going to lose a lot of our population in the inevitable retreat. Okay, okay, generals, the usual suspects. Expeditionary for... Oh. Whose division are you? Polish Estonia. This is the German war on Polish Estonia. Are you sure we couldn't have solved this some other way? No, couldn't have... oh well. Okay, I'm gonna assume Polish Estonia is gonna get kind of fucked. I don't think I can salvage Polish Estonia. Convert them to all the basic infantry. Alright, that consolidates the army somewhat. And I'm gonna put as many of them under my better generals, and then you as reserves. You got Schmigli here. Schmigli is decent enough. I wouldn't have gone with Thorough Planner. I usually get Offensive Doctrine because I like that Orgloss when moving. But it is what it is. Can replace him with this guy, but I don't think Defensive Doctrine is going to work for us now. Okay. If I could hold Krakow, like the river here, down to Warsaw, through the forest of Białystok, and then the river to the Soviet border. It's a lot of ground to cover though. And then down here to Zelina. Actually, I don't have to. None of this is core territory. I can blow this up and bail and just let it fall. I wouldn't need to hold on to Krakow if at all possible. The problem is, where do I... If I draw a line back here through the mountains to that border, maybe? It's gonna be a long-ass border, though. Oh, it is going to be one long-ass border. I'm not confident that we'll be able to hold even this. It is more likely it's just gonna be a nice little circle around here. Yeah, like give up the east, and then... You know what? I can always recover the save if this is just too much territory given up, or if it doesn't work. Like, well, I could do this, or, failing that, we could do, like, a little... Krakow is like 20 victory points, Warsaw is 25. If I hold on to Warsaw, Radom, and Sidl... Maybe... Anyway, let's start pulling the army back, save what we can, fuck the rest. Like, some of these offensives are just entirely pointless, just utterly pointless. Just get out of there. Get out of there, get out of there. We'll try to hold this. I have very low expectations of just how much of this we'll be able to hold. Anyway, what I am going to do is integrate some... No, not anti-tank. Artillery. Artillery is just really good to integrate. What are the focuses looking like? Actually, no. Political power. Okay. Infantry expert would be nice. Not getting that much political power. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we'd like to get. This guy's not terrible. 20% consumer goods. You're kind of limited in what... Oh, this guy's really good. Because stability is so important. Yeah. Like, noble bureaucrat combined with the autocratic archbishop, get these two guys. They're so good, but we're going to need a lot of political power. As for focuses, we are apparently committed to... Where's the focus tree? Oh, Plan West. Yeah, that is never going to work out. That is never going to work out. That would give us 3 Polish units, but it takes 70 days. This also takes 70 days. This takes 70 days. All of these take an inordinate amount of time. I'd much rather get this. Attack and defense on core territory, but again, 70 days. Extra factories in Krakow and possibly some more factories down there. Katowice is already lost. Great. Yeah, probably grab industry. Oh, we're just fucked, aren't we? Dear God, some of this is just terrible. Anyway, if this fails, I can always restart. We're going to figure this one out live. So, production... Alright, look at stockpiles. I need guns, support equipment, not so much artillery, and anti-air. Guns, yes. Support, yes. Anti-air. Get a little bit on artillery. And like 1 on trains. I would like to get trucks eventually. But it's not happening now. Trade is a bitch. I'll trade with the Soviets while I still can. I don't trust the Soviets, but, you know, for now. Okay. Alright, let's see. Are mountains or rivers better to hold? Vitae Drinker, yes they are. So, the best thing to hold is a river crossing, because I don't think I have any examples to show you now. Does that count? I don't think it does. No, but a river crossing penalty is pretty fierce on the attack and breakthrough. And a mountain's good to hold because it has a very limited combat width. And it is just really, it's just really easy to hold. Like mountain territory, less enemy air support, more division attrition, which is bad, but the combat width is really limited, making it much easier. Plus, a lot of divisions get penalties to mountain, especially if you start including, like, let's see if I add some anti-tank. No, I need to add artillery, I believe. Oh no, it's most armor and trucks, etc. They get combat penalties in mountainous terrain. So the good attacking divisions get bad stats. Okay. If you can choose Vitae Drinker, pick a river. It's more ubiquitously good to defend behind. If you have a mountain behind a river, even better. Even better. What have we? Ooh. Superior firepower. Like, we stand superior firepower in this house. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to save our bacon today. I think we need Grand Battle Plan, mostly for the planning bonus to counterattack, and not so much for the entrenchment bonuses, but that's going to suck. Yeah, I don't want to run superior firepower. It is just objectively bad these days. It is quite bad these days. Yeah, Tuppy, that's the file. That's the one. I could just go elevate the Mountaineers and make a dedicated Mountaineer division, like as my problem solvers potentially, but I don't have that many mountains. I'll just leave Doctrine for what it is, and this is just not that helpful, these two. Whereas this might do more for us. Anyway, trade is sorted out. Nothing's really sorted out, if I'm being honest. But it's sorted out enough. I'm going to queue up a whole bunch of divisions so we have the manpower, like, in our manpower bank here, because we're going to lose a lot of territories. And we're going to slowly try to withdraw. We have a spy agency, yeah. Why aren't we using it? Get them out there. Do we have an air force? We might as well not have an air force. Might as well not have one. Okay, then. Start the withdrawal, then. Pull out. Pull out. Fall back. To the line. To the line. I really want to speed this along. Manually extract these units from combat. There's no point in fighting on. This is just pointless. Run. Run. Extract. And extract. A couple of them are very likely to get encircled as well because they're just in terrible positions. Just absolutely terrible positions to be in. I have very low hopes for this. I could probably do this if I get a couple of tries in, honestly. We'll see. How does this happen? Riv Bob? I have no idea. So, the new doctrine thing is they're basically taking this screen, but then for all the other doctrines as well. And they're letting you pick your top option. Mobile warfare, superior firepower, you know, the big ones. As your overarching strategy, as your big grand doctrine. And then you fill them out as you go. You choose a path for your infantry, a path for your armor, a path for your logistics, I believe, and then a path for your cabinet, your staff planning. And instead of just having a fixed path to go down because you're locked into mobile warfare now, you get to pick and choose from whatever's available to assemble your own selection of things. So you have a little bit more choice, a little more leeway. Anyway, I'm going to, before they come and get me, I'm going to beg Romania for guns and equipment, because they are going to stab me in the back. They're democratic. They will still lend-lease me. Maybe someone else will still lend-lease me as well. No, it's just Romania. I'm going to beg every gun I can out of Romania. And Turkey. Will you like me enough? I can... Nah. Ooh, if I can get Turkey to like me enough and I can hold the Soviet border, they will also send me equipment. Infantry, armor, artillery, and I believe support companies, and like your staff. Every different path gets different bonuses for those units, and then instead of spending army experience like you do now for everything, you will get a new currency called mastery that you earn by training those specific unit types for that branch, using them in combat, and some of it you can also get from focuses or through volunteers, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but it does look very interesting. All right, that's a little bit of lend-lease out of those guys. Please, 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 just get out. I'm trying to hold the forest and then this river. I'll be honest, I have limited hopes for this. Hopes are high. Expectations are quite limited. Just strategically redeploy away from the front line, please. I don't want any of the army stuff. If we're doing any building, it's getting done in Warsaw and I believe Lublin. Any area that I think I might be able to hold. Back to Krakow. You fall back there. Get them all out. This is just too much, though. I'm trying to hold on to too much. I think I'm going to have to give up that and, like, make a little donut here. Iran might also have guns, but it's going to be difficult improving relations with all of those guys. Oh, apparently I'm fascist and in the Allies. Sweet. If I could get lend-lease out of Italy, that would be great. That would be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, if we fail, I'll just try again. We'll switch up the approach if we need to. I think we might just have to. Especially in the south, there's just no point in holding on to all of this. I could do that up to Lvov, and then like so. And this just hold, like hold this circle. That is going to be much easier. And then if I include like a tile bordering Hungary, I think that will still allow me to do trade. I have to control the state though. So if I hold Kozice here, I would still be able to trade with Hungary. And through Hungary, the rest of the European states, I believe. I could be wrong. Don't think I am, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we're just going to have to give up way more than we thought. Yeah, this is just going to be this 30 minutes in hell, the disaster save. Quite apt. Quite accurate. Fall back there. Into Warsaw. You into there. The divisions are also quite bad. Under-equipped. Lacking in a lot of stuff. What I am going to add is support anti-air once I have a little bit of army experience. And as soon as, of course, as soon as we have reached like the end point of our retreat, I'm going to cancel all of these divisions I have queued up because there's no point in keeping them. The only reason they are queued up at all is so I can conserve the manpower. It's a little bit of a manpower bank, if you will. They're running Lucht. We're going to lose Lucht. Great. Great, great, great. I thought I had a lot of divisions. Apparently, I really don't. The resistance focus, no. This is the fascist path, so this does not have access to those free guns. That's the Regency Council stuff. Prepare for the inevitable. Let's see. I have to be at war with the Soviets as well. I have to be at war with the Soviets as well. Oh, no. I have to... Okay, that... I need more than 60% surrender progress. We'll get that soon. So... might grab that. Hey, Casey! Remember the old 30 Minutes of Hell with the 3 tiles? Oh, God, that one sucked. The new one's way better. And it's... I don't know if it's Warsaw or if it was Krakow. But it's just a little bit of a circle here. And you can... hold it relatively easily. I should actually check. I could probably use it. Just if... why does Poland insist on using the Latin alphabet when it was clearly designed for a different writing system? I'll just quickly Google it. 30 minutes in hell. Boy 4. Where is that new position? There's a new position. Yada yada yada. There you go. Method 1. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the donut. It's the Polish donut. I could probably hold that. Yeah, it's like here between Lugd. I can't afford to lose Lugd. Blue cheese is not really great. You know what? This is just, again, not good. So if I do this, we can hold. If I do this, we can hold. Yes, let's just do this one. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Actually, if we capitulate again, I'll just restart, but it will be incredibly funny. It could be incredibly funny. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Just get into positions. I would like to hold maybe Radom a little bit more. So like this. Oh, do we work together? Interesting. Interesting. That is give me a couple of options where that could have been. Maybe Sweden has guns? Yeah, but I'll have no reliable way of getting Sweden to... actually... no, I'm gonna lose my connection to the Russians soon, so... again, we'll have to do this in the next try. I'm gonna see if this would actually work. Yes, fish. I'm not here for a good time, I'm here for a long time. So we're just gonna give this a try. Just reinforce that tile in time, though. Alright, it's reinforcing, reinforcing. Reinforcing. Run! Run, you bastards. Run. Ah, big city indeed. Big city indeed. I really want to go back there. Once I return to work. But it's so far from where I live these days. I just don't like doing the stuff in a small town. It's not the same. I miss the spark of joy. Alright, we'll try to hold this then. It's gonna be so stupid. Oh, research. I forgot to check research. So, guns, fine. Artillery, fine. Computing machine, no. No. What we're gonna need is... stealing equipment. Trucks would be nice. A little late now. Artillery's fine. This is also not terrible. This is all ahead of time. So the research isn't terrible. It's also not amazing. I'll just get excavation because I think we have a little bit of steel in... oh, no. We have a little bit of steel down here in Kielce. This is like 5 victory points. That are almost 5 victory points. They're gonna have more control of the area than we do, which is going to be very detrimental. I hate the strategic redeployment broken and goes through enemy lines. Oh, Commander 91st, don't get me started. It is terrible. It is so bad. Like, the AI insists on redeploying in ways that actively hurt it, and I hate it so much. That's often also why you end up with cascading losses so often. Because once you start losing, the divisions insist on walking back into certain tiles, leading to them losing even more, and then they can never recover. What am I trying to do? Victoria, I am trying to save a disaster, and my gut tells me the only way to save this disaster is to do something else. Okay, this guy's never making it back. I need to get him to port though. He's intercepted. Alright, the destroyers can't do much with. The subs will sail to London. What would better do if he was Belgian? Pay taxes. A lot of taxes. An inordinate amount of taxes. You would not believe the tax rates we have. It would make you incredulous. You go there. Let's see if we can hold this. A little bit low on org, but once we get Molotov-Ribbentrop back, so we're gonna get Stalin breathing down our necks eventually as well. I think this might just be enough troops. Alright. Alright, let's see. Let's see. If this breaks, I'm fucked, but I should be able to reinforce it quickly enough. We'll do a little shuffle. I have to keep shuffling the troops around. So, low orc guys out, and then hope they reinforce in time. Worst case scenario, I do a couple of last stand memes. Should have enough command power to do it. Alright. This is a bit of a trap as well. So, static warfare is good if you have prepared defenses and you're not expecting to move troops around a lot. Because you lose entrenchment the moment you move the division. If you're fighting a defensive war, this is not as good as it sounds. I would recommend flexible organization, so you're having an easier time moving your divisions around, because they're 5% faster, and they lose less org when moving, meaning when they get there, they have more staying power. So this is why I prefer, personally, flexible organization. And static warfare is a bit of a trap in that regard, because it looks nice, like 10% additional max entrenchment is like, wow, that is a lot of stats. But you're very rarely going to have those stats. I think it's Jover. It's never Jover. It's not Jover till the fat man sings. Alright, I'm towards capitulation. Fuck Plan West. Prepare for the inevitable. I'm going to get myself some free guns. And once they occupy more of this land, we're going to cancel these, recover the manpower from it. Hopefully their equipment as well. And then we'll see. I know, Commander. I have seen the light and experienced the benefits of reduced supply consumption, planning bonuses, and just the overall stats this gives you. Even if you go mass mobilization, there's some hilarious memes you can pull with it. Superior firepower is nice, don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. But Grand Battle Plan is objectively better, and the only reason I would not play with Grand Battle Plan as for instance Germany is because you get so many bonuses from mobile warfare. Though mobile warfare is nice if you're playing defensively as well. Anyway, let's just soldier on and see what we can do. I'm gonna get rid of these airplanes, they're pointless. I have manpower. Okay, okay. Flow into mine coffers. Very coffee. Do you mean the Unification War mod? Because I would not mind. I wouldn't mind picking that up. I would absolutely not mind picking that up. Production is going to crater completely, as is expected. Yeah, I'm going to lose like a ton of factories. Let's move this one down to the bottom so these get preserved. We'll see. I could do the the unification mod at some point. It's decent. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst either. Let's prioritize kill shot. I'm gonna lose control of Lubin. I should probably be blowing up some stuff. I don't have the political power. Hey everyone, hello. Remember, if you're enjoying these streams, hit that like button. It helps out tremendously in the algorithm. The all-important algorithm. Without it, I am nothing. It lives to ruin my day. This is going to be the hardest part to hold, so we're going to constantly shuffle troops around from here. The Emperor protects, but the Space Marine strikes. I'm not a Space Marine guy. I'm not a massive fan of the Space Marines. I'm sorry. I am an Imperial Guard enjoyer. I love my Guard. Now, I will say, I have recently gotten into Knights a little bit, and I am a Knights enjoyer as well. I am now a Knights enjoyer as well. So Imperial Knights do hold that special place in my heart as well. They are pretty fun to paint. Luxembourg, no division, world conquer. I'm sure somebody's gonna do it at some point. It is inevitable. I think I'm being too greedy. I've lost control of Radom, so no steel for me, unfortunately. I could probably just... Yeah, I should probably just give this up then. If I not hold on to Radom, there's no point in me standing on those two tiles. So just fall back. Fall back. That's a bit of a shame, because that's where all the steel is. And there's really no way for me to get more steel, is there? No. Lublin is going to be lost. Lucht may persist. Alright. Are we winning, chat? Apis, does it look like we're winning? does it look like we're winning? If we can hold 9 more days, we get some... a quick shipment of guns. I have to hold... Actually, I should probably just hold these tiles for like 9 more days. Just like 9 more days. Come on. 9 more days. They cancelled the Lend-Lease. 5 more days. Actually, walk into Radom. So this stays open for like 5 more days. So I can get like 4,000 guns out of Romania. Yes! Come on! No! Oh, shite! I've already fucked it up. I got so distracted with the meme, I've already lost, essentially. I lost that tile. It's basically over. In this hold, you're not supposed to lose a single tile or you're fucked. And guess what? We're fucked. We are legitimately fucked. There's not really much recovery from this point. Oh well. I did it for the guns, which will arrive in 3 days. Who knows? It might just work out. Counterattack. Counterattack. Come on, take it back. Romanian guns, 2 days. Stop the attack. Stop that attack. Romanian guns in yet? Anytime. I would prefer that time to be now. There we go. Romanian guns are in. I think they arrived? Did they? Yes! 4,000 Romanian guns. Huzzah! Hey, Casey, producing AA. I am producing AA. It's just that, we don't have that much steel. Unfortunately. We just don't. We just don't have that much steel. Might be able to get it back, though. Let's get some fresh troops in, retake the tile, and we should be good. I think we can retake the tile. Depends on how quickly they are able to reinforce it. No, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. This is so stupid, though. This is so stupid. And now we build a bit of a planning bonus. This is dumb. This is so dumb. Oh, this is so stupid. Yeah, I think I need to integrate it into the divisions. Yeah, Casey. Good catch. I forgot. That is a lot of towed AA that I don't have, though. Fuck it. Full send. You disband. Good luck, Estonia. You're gonna need it. Once they've taken the last of those core states, we're gonna cancel all of these divisions. We'll recover the manpower and the equipment, and we continue the fight from Warsaw. Wish me luck. This is an absolute meme strat, but we should be able to win, unless there's more victory points here than I thought. Such a stupid meme strat, though. Poland stands. Now, what annoys me the most, though, is if you play any minor in Europe against Germany, you never have to face, or you never get that relief of the Soviets coming in and absolutely wrecking that weakened Germany. The Soviets will not go in on Germany, and Germany will not Barbarossa. They will simply not do Barb if they're still fighting in Europe, and it is annoying. It is really annoying to face all of this on your own. Britain doesn't help. The French, good luck to the French. You know, if the French attacked, they could break this easily, but the French they coded not to. The whole game is set up for you to have a terrible time. All right, we'll cancel that. That saved us about 350,000 manpower that we otherwise would have lost when they've took the territory, and we're okay-ish on equipment. I say ish because you know, and I am definitely lacking steel. There's just no steel. There's no resources there. I would just wait. We wait and meme it up. Sorry, I have to mention, if you hear me sniffing or coughing, I am a bit sick, so if my voice sounds off, that will be why. I'm experiencing the joys of the end of the year with kids who bring every disease known to man back home with them. Yeah, I agree. If Germany's losing, so I'm not losing, but if Germany's like, if taking out Western Europe, they're at war with the Allies and is dragging on, but there is Allied resistance like Poland here, or if you're playing Netherlands or Belgium, you have your little fortress there and you're bleeding the Germans, Stalin should see that as his cue to come in and wreck their shit. And it, or speed up the Allies' incentive for doing D-Days, because those are always late, like 44, 45. Yeah, I have been reinforced memed out of tiles before, and it's not great. But like this, I think we can win. I know we can win unless I just horribly mess it up. Which I might. No promises. I might. So now we sit here and I guess we'll go with mountains. If I get mountaineers trained up, they use the same equipment as infantry. And I can use them as like pseudo-offensive units. And now we just wait. And we bleed the Germans. 200... Oh, it does look precarious, doesn't it? It does look really precarious. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Anyway, while we're doing this, obviously, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I think this is good a time as any to do a little Q&A or something, I guess. Sheep's AI. I hate Sheep's AI. I don't hate Sheep's AI. I hate how it makes me feel. For my videos, I over-prepared so much. I had to do so much research, asking people for advice. It made me feel like such an idiot. It was nice to win, though, but it made me feel like I knew nothing about this game. Alright, if we prepare for the inevitable, that's 10,000 guns. The other stuff, I don't know how much value is going to be in there. None of that's all too interesting. Like, this is nice. Off-map mills, but... Ooh, off-map civs. Off-map civs. Yeah, we'll grab what we can. Actually, that Polish resistance tree is not terrible. Hip-hop essentials. Sheep's AI is an AI... I want to say an AI conversion mod that make... Oh, the French will defend Tallinn, but they'll not send help that... Yeah, fine. You know what? Fine. I don't care. I don't care. We're getting out of there. The French have landed troops here. You absolute buffoons. Oh, you want to make planes that don't suck? I don't think I have all the research, but... There's two options. One is if you only have like a basic aircraft designer. So just a light aircraft designer. Basically one that is not specifically made for range. And you just pick that designer and just pick everything that gives you production, gives you offense, whatever. Just whatever makes you more attacky. Top row, as many heavy machine guns as you can fit. Bottom row, the best single engine you can fit. Then you add in self-sealing fuel tanks, one armor plate, and one extra fuel tanks. We don't have it unlocked, but it's called extra fuel tanks. If you don't have all of those slots for the 3 of them, the 2 you do want are the self-sealing fuel tanks and the extra fuel tanks. Range is incredibly important. If you have a ranged focus designer like Germany does with Focke-Wulf, you don't get the extra fuel tank, you get an extra armor plate, while you focus on leveling up that designer as quickly as possible to give you the maximum amount of extra range. 40k stream as a 300k special when Toppy, that's a great idea. Should have done that when I had 40,000 subs, you know, for the meme. Could do. You want to see the 40k mod? I could do. Liberia, no division, world conquer. You know what? At some point, they're going to have to give Liberia a focus tree, aren't they? They're going to have to give Liberia a focus tree. They must. There is no other option. Considering how static these divisions are going to be for the foreseeable future, I might as well keep them with the stats they have. And I might replace him for even more entrenchment with this guy. Get more entrenchment and then recovery rate. So they get more org back. This should give us 51% entrenchment. We'll just do the entrenchment meme, and I'll switch him out for an offensive field marshal when we go on the attack. Unification War is a great mod, Guardsman Tom. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. We'll sit here and enjoy it. How am I? I'm good, Ardennes. I'm a little ill because I have children who insist on bringing every disease known to man back home with them. And then, you know, sneezing in my face. But I am mostly good. Okay, this is slightly concerning, but we should hold, maybe? Yeah, I can always reinforce it. Should be okay. Just gotta be sure, gotta be careful. I don't get too cocky. Also put spies up. Spies reduce both the enemy's entrenchment and the enemy's planning bonus as you level up the network. Because right now the network, for the north at least, is giving the enemies a reduced planning of 39% and reduces their entrenchment by 1.9. So this is really good. Just put spies near the front line and they will make it easier for you to hold. How many dead? 239 against 315k. So, my favorite minor is always going to be Belgium. Though, I do like the Netherlands when you play the Dutch East Indies version, where you go into exile. That's a really interesting campaign. Bulgaria has some good gameplay. I have to give it up for the GOAT, Greece, who has not one, but two absolute meme paths, Byzantium and Alexander's Empire. And You're gonna love this. I'm gonna have a video on this soon. Afghanistan. Afghanistan fascist war elephants is the dumbest thing I've done in a while. And it is so enjoyable when you get the ball rolling. You know, the advantage, Zirova, of being encircled is that you can attack in any direction. Hatless Spider, absolutely. Hatless Spider has the best strategies. He is a man with a very large, very wrinkly brain. Apologies, I am a little ill, so there will be coughing every now and then. Alright, the inevitable prepared. I could grab these factories, or is there other stuff I want first? Berlamont missions are worthless for now. The plans are worthless for now. Equipment, yeah. This gives me cheaper guns, but it's only 5% cheaper. It's not that great. A factory in Warsaw. None of this is all that great. War support's nice. Attack and defense. Consumer goods for... The fuck am I going to do with consumer goods that I can't use? No, I think the best focus is to... Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. Is going to be these. More factories. There is a plan. I just need some faith. You're absolutely right. All we need is faith. I think though that static warfare is going to be a mistake. I think I'm better off a flexible organization for reasons that I just mentioned a little earlier. Because once they manage to push you in one tile or force you into cycling units, you arrive in the combat with no entrenchment, and you're realistically not going to get entrenchment because they will constantly attack you. The only way to get entrenchment is for them to stop attacking for a little while. What do you think of the Czech Focus Tree DLC? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. It's going to depend on the content's quality and the pricing to see if it's worth it. But it is an interesting concept. It's a bit like those Civilization leader packs you could buy for Civ. If they do it well, so the quality's there, the price isn't high, it is a good way of updating a single nation for a low price point without forcing them to basically revisit a whole region and costing them a full year of dev time on it. Because a lot of people are saying, they should have done the Little Entente. Maybe, but you have to realize that is a lot of content, because that is not just doing the focus trees for the individual countries. They have to be redone in a way that they mesh well together. If you touch Yugoslavia, you have to revisit Romania and Hungary as well. If you work with Czechoslovakia, you have to look at Hungary and Romania as well. You might have to look at Poland as well to see if it all meshes well. So if they just do individual ones, they're limited in what they need to change. So if they do Czechoslovakia, it currently doesn't really have any integrations with other neighboring countries other than Poland, who get to take, I believe, Zaolzie, and Hungary, who get to take Northern Slovakia and Transcarpathia. So they have less moving parts to take into consideration. Why don't you play mods? I hate Millennium Dawn because it runs like ass. I don't like Kaiser Redux because I think it's too unhinged, but I love a lot of different mods. I love Kaiserreich. I love like the Sheep's mod stuff. I love that. I play tons of mods. What's the World War I one? I keep forgetting. Great War Redux? Unless you play as Italy. Italy's insane. I would never recommend that, but other than that, good mod. Yeah, Millennium Dawn runs like ass. Oh, Atlas Body, yes! Yes, but every Habsburg path, every country with access to a Habsburg path, that automatically makes it the best path. It's the meme potential, you know, the meme potential is there. Well, the extra guns are nice. We're gonna have to build up support equipment, and with the support equipment, I can then transition into an economy built almost entirely on stealing guns. It is a noble endeavor. Luxembourg, no division rule, conquest. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. That does not pass the vibe check for me. Black Ice, Poland when... See, I wanna like Black Ice, and on some level, I think I do like Black Ice. But it has so many moving parts that I don't keep up to date with because I don't constantly play the mod, that it overwhelms me every time, and it's just not as fun as it could be for me. Road to 56 is really good if you're playing one of the countries that has either no focus tree or a very lackluster focus tree. And some of the focus trees are better than the base game ones. Yeah, I have to admit. So R256 is really good as well. Germany or Soviets generally stronger? Germany has a better focus tree and a better starting point than the Soviets. But the Soviets, unless you go like a day one war, then the Soviets win because of their massive army. But the Soviets have a far higher ceiling than Germany. Yeah, that's a good description, Atlas. Complication for the sake of complication is a very good description. Yeah, I'm still thinking I should switch static warfare out for flexible organization. Because these guys are just not going to get entrenchment. Whereas static, where the organization stuff might just be better. Yeah, I'm going to grab flexible organization. It's just a little bit of entrenchment, and for that, I'll probably switch this guy out back for Schmiggly Wiggly here. It's probably going to be a better choice. Schmiggly Wiggly. Black Ice is coming to the base game. I saw electricity and coal. I just hope it's not terrible. Oh, just hope it's not terrible. I gotta say, I'm probably gonna have to relearn the game from the ground up, or at least like halfway up again every time they do one of those bigger DLCs. But it is fun because it keeps the game alive for you. I don't know how you feel about it, Atlas Spider, but at times I feel like I've done everything there is to do in Hearts of Iron, and DLCs like that, other than the new focus tree, the extra mechanics they bring in, for me they feel like they give the game a new lease on life. It keeps it interesting. When do we win? Darkwan? We are waiting for Steinerski's counterattack. He's currently busy. He's mustering his forces. But when Steinerski's counterattack begins, that's when we win. I'm not sure if it is electricity guardsman, Tom, or if I'm conflating it with coal, but the gist of it is that coal is going to be like your power. It is going to provide you with power for the industry and everything. Basically the same concept. Yeah, I could go mass mob. The thing is, though, I've just gotten Grand Battle Plan. We're not getting that much experience. I could go like the mass mob memes, but I have to spend a lot on the divisions. I just, you know, I do like the engineers for the little bit of entrenchment they give you. I think it's valuable. If I could just eke out a little bit of a positive support equipment line and then just switch it out. Or get rid of the engineers, switch in the maintenance companies, and then afterwards switch back out. Could do that as well. This guy's gonna level up like crazy, so I'm gonna make him an infantry specialist, and I'm gonna hire him here. He's a little weaker right now than the infantry expert we could hire, but he's like half the cost, and his stats go up as he levels up, and he's gonna level up a lot because he's constantly fighting. How many hours do I have on Hoi 4? Liam, 7,500 and then some. So, a lot. Now, some of that is leaving the game running for a night because I forgot to turn it off. I've spent a lot of time on this game. I have to say, Hatless, like, the stuff you come up with, it borders on insanity. Like, I think one of your magnum opuses has to be Afghanistan. What you did with those war elephants is a war crime. In a good way. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Colin. It might end up making miners more annoying to play than they really deserve. I sometimes think you can speak German if you try. I can speak German, Flameeater. Ich kann Deutsch sprechen, es ist gar nicht so schwierig. I had 3 years of German in high school. I sucked at it. I can speak it. I understand it. I can read it. But for the love of God, don't make me write German. Hey, Onisama, White Poland without Anastasia. What a shame. Also, sadly, nothing for us Navy bros. Well, will you convert to full cavalry before striking back? Maybe. But for you, just for you, Onisama, I think... No. Where's my destroyers? I think they intercepted the destroyers I sent. But I have some submarines to offer you. I have some submarines to offer you. So you can be... the Onisama. You're gonna have to settle for a submarine for the time being, Onisama. I can't make you a pride of fleet either. How many languages do you speak? English, Dutch, bit of French, bit of German. So not that much. Oh, Atlas, is that the one where you don't just do the Afghanistan elephant meme, but you actually go for the full China core as well? Oh, I have to check that out. You mentioned it to me, and I didn't think you'd find a way. But I'm gonna assume you found a way. Yes, Hook Guy Dude, field hospitals would work, but field hospitals have the problem of being a very expensive upfront investment. One we cannot make right now. We simply don't have the trucks, we don't have the equipment for it. So, it would be nice, but we cannot make that investment at this time. Why am I losing so much? What am I losing all this? To this, to that. We just have basically no stability. Okay. Yeah. Good to know. Will you play EU5? Absolutely. Absolutely. Heinz Guderian, how am I doing? I would be doing a lot better if you weren't attacking me. Oh, that's Rommel. Tell Rommel to stop attacking me. I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay. Yeah, Toppy, there's like no stability here. We can climb out of the stability hole with 300 political power for these two guys. Wait, no, this guy and that guy, but it ain't happening today. Ain't happening today. Where are you from? From Belgium. Unfortunately, while we are inflicting more casualties than we're taking, we just don't have the manpower pool to really sustain this for a long time. We're going to have to go up another conscription law as well. I can get like 9,000 manpower from this, but it's just not that great. And who's justifying against me? German Reich. I think we've passed that point. Hey, Kenny, thank you for your DKK donation. Is that Danish kroner? Or is it Korean dong? Is it dong? It would be funny if it was dong. Denmark. Denmark mentioned. Swell with pride and Legos. Oh yeah, if you're interested in the game or the DLCs, I think they're having a sale right now on Steam or on their own store. Which, if you go to using my link down in the description, you get the same price as Steam. You get a Steam key. You pay the same rates, except I get like 12% for referring you to them, which is great for me, great for Paradox, great for you, and unfortunately really great for the Belgian taxman, who will then take about 25% of that from me. Vietnamese won. Who does dong, though? There is a dong currency, isn't there? I have to Google this. This is just peak gameplay. This is absolutely riveting gameplay. I'm sure you're all wildly enthusiastic about witnessing this display of might. Let's do that. Now, I could switch this up. This gives me not insignificant defense bonuses and entrenchment, but maintenance companies give me not insignificant amounts of equipment. Now, if I were to add this independently, yeah, I don't have that kind of support equipment. Yeah, Man the Guns is also free for anyone who doesn't have it yet, so you could either go pick it up now or wait for the next big patch / DLC. I think at the end of, I want to say November, where they just roll it into the base game. My thoughts on the new DLC, Marvel. I don't have any thoughts on it yet because I haven't got my hands on it, but I'm cautiously optimistic about what I see regarding the doctrine changes. I have to see what they did to the industry to really make a good judgment on it. It could be terrible for miners, or it could be something that you just have to quickly figure out, and then it becomes a non-issue. Should I consider moving to Belgium? Please, come help me pay taxes. Please come help me pay taxes. There's so many of them. It's not a terrible country. It's a pretty good country to live in. High standard of living. It's just you pay a fuck ton of taxes, dude. You pay a fuck ton of taxes. Why don't you use recon companies? Again, expensive. Look, here's the thing. A lot of people say, why not this company or that support company? Almost all support companies have value in a vacuum. Almost none of them are inherently useless. The problem is, some are better than others, and you only have the 5 slots. Some are simply non-negotiable. Artillery is always the GOAT. It is cheap, it is effective, it is the best source of soft attack for any infantry division. You just get this, period. You get it, period. Anti-air, in almost every circumstance, you want support anti-air. Even if you control the skies, simply adding support anti-air will help you early game to stop almost any light division because it has enough piercing for the enemy's shitty tanks. Then you have engineers. Yes, these are debatable. I like them, but you could go without them. And then there's other stuff like maintenance companies. Situationally good, other times useless. Support anti-tank is always useless unless you play multiplayer, and even then. Recon, really good movement bonuses. It adds a nice amount of soft attack. It is good in a vacuum, but it's competing with all of these other stuff for those limited amounts of slots. And in some circumstances, they're just being outcompeted because of different priorities. I know, Casey. I keep them around simply for the limited amount of entrenchment they give me. That's really it. I keep them for the limited amount of entrenchment they give me. Otherwise, the division basically has no entrenchment, and some entrenchment's nice to have. But yeah, I could get rid of them. Signal companies, once again, good stats on them, but are they good enough to outcompete field hospitals? Are they good enough to outcompete artillery? Is it something I need right now, that reinforcement speed? Yeah, I know. Gun stockpile's decent. It's just the other stockpiles and not so much. I could switch them out. And then switch them back in once I've stolen enough equipment. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. If this fails, I'm just gonna blame you, like a good leader. like a good leader, I will simply blame my subordinates. Field hospitals would be great, Benjamin. Wonderful. Problem is I can't afford them. They're simply too much of an upfront cost. that I just cannot afford them right now. I'd love to have them. Can't afford them because they require trucks and they require quite a bit of support equipment that I need for other things. Right now, I need that support equipment for maintenance companies. Not for their reliability, but for their ability to strategically take equipment to alternate locations. And that alternate location is my stockpile. Alright, Germany does the thing, so that might ease up on my border a little bit. How to play Hungary? It depends on what you want out of Hungary. It really does depend on what you want out of Hungary. Ooh. Cheaper conscription laws and more stability on offensive wars. But this is not an offensive war, so it wouldn't work. Might be better to switch to professional officer corps to level up the divisions. Like, divisions with veterancy are so good. Veterancy is an incredibly powerful mechanic. This is good once we do the counterattack. Plan East. None of these really work because we've lost too much territory. Doctrine cheaper, but it's like very expensive. Some research bonuses here, some doctrine bonuses we could pick up. None of it is super great, honestly. This one is good because it's going to give us 5% attack and defense for without a timer. So I think that's a good one to have. This one gives us cheaper infantry equipment, but only for 720 days, which is a long time. Only 5% again. So I think we're going to get this. Why no helicopter companies? Again, helicopter companies, really good. Too expensive. Too expensive. Sorry. I wish we could, but we can't, so we won't. Not having to do a lot of manual cycling, which is nice, but every now and then just gotta make sure that the divisions are getting reinforced. And I think we're stealing enough equipment to make this worthwhile this time. So I might actually speed it up to my peril, and then we'll see. This is good. We're getting that. I might want to get trucks as well, so we have access to eventually getting field hospitals, maybe, or armored trains so they don't blow them up. Though I don't really use that many trains now, so it's probably fine. Yeah, probably want this without using that. Like, the research bonus is nice. We barely have a positive political power, so I don't want the extra cost of it. So yeah, we'll do that. No fish. We don't have access to helicopters. But if you play as Spain, you have helicopters from, I believe, day one, which is amazing. I have been to Austria. It's a wonderful country. Very hilly. I think, where did the Matterhorn is where I went with like high school skiing retreat in like the last year of high school. Or anyway, it was close to the Matterhorn. We had a nice view of it. Didn't go towards it, but I had a nice view of it. I do want to visit Vienna with my wife at some point. We've been to Budapest, and it's like the little brother of Vienna in terms of like the architecture, so I kind of want to see Vienna itself. Are camels actually the goats? They're not bad, actually, if you're sticking to their preferred terrain. Oh, is that Switzerland? My bad. My bad. My bad. It's just a hilly country in central Germany, so eh. How many hours does it take to get good? I can't tell you. It's entirely up to you. You control how good you get at this game. I don't really have the steel production to switch over. It's a bit pointless. I could add like a new line and put the new guns towards it. Maybe? But yeah, we currently don't really have the steel to do anything, basically. I think the majority of our positive is stealing equipment. Yeah, I should check. I'm starting to get some German stuff. Yeah, we're starting to get some German stuff in. Have you ever been to Spain? Yeah. When I was a small boy, my parents would take me and my brother to vacations in Spain. I've been to Ibiza. I've been to Barcelona. And I remember as a wee lad seeing the Olympic flame when the Olympics were in Spain, but I don't remember when that was because I only have like very vague fractional memories of that time. I do remember almost choking to death on a little plastic flag that I was chewing on when my parents' car hit a pothole, so that was good. I remember that. Germany is just not attacking the Low Countries despite having a war goal, so this might just be... Yeah. This just might be it. How are the casualties? Steadily climbing. So, 600k to 265. I have not been to Bulgaria. No. Oh, come on, dude. Strikes. There goes my political power. Alright, Finland does the thing. Yeah, 1992 Barcelona! Yes! As a wee lad, I remember that. I remember that. Oh, so long ago. None of this is actually worth anything. It's too far ahead of time. Air. We can't do air, so I'm just gonna sit here and do basically nothing. Maybe get armor trains. I got war austerity trains. They're cheaper. Change the title to Q&A. It's still a disaster, and I will fix this. It's just gonna require time. God, yeah, this is a disaster save, Aiden. This is a disaster save, and so far, the only thing I've thought I had in mind of saving it is just to turn it into a 30 minutes in hell video. Because the start was not optimal. Not optimal at all. Have you ever been to the US? No, Apis, but I want to go at some point. I've discussed with my wife to do like a city trip, like a couple of days to New York. Just to see, to have been to the mighty United States of America. And then they elected somebody who is not all that into immigration. And not that I want to migrate there. It's just that I don't want to risk it. Just any slip up on paperwork and I get fucked, I would rather not. So we're going to see, wait and see. God, I need political power. Excavation is now pointless. Pointless. Pointless, pointless, pointless. I could just go ahead on time with these, but... Is there anything else I could grab that might serve me better? I might have to figure out the new trucks anyway. They oh, no, not with the research bonus. Not with the research bonus. Not with the research bonus. And I can't take it off now. Great. Just grab that then. The last time a Belgian went to Iran, yeah, the government used him as currency to get concessions from the EU. So, no, actually, they jailed. So, Belgian went to Tehran. They jailed him, and then they exchanged him for a Iranian spy we had in prison. So, I don't think I want to go there. Oh, I think I just missed somebody with... Oh! Matt Stalker with 5 gifted memberships, sir. Thank you, and I apologize, sir. I apologize for missing your glorious donation. Those 5 men will make all the difference, because this is looking grim. In honor, I will add your name to the ranks. First Division of the First Army will be the Mad Stalker. There we go. Just don't retreat. That's not allowed. If you could live in a country, if I could choose, anywhere with less taxes would be a great start. Hey, Gabriel Bektash, welcome to the ranks. Welcome to the enlisted. You know what? I need all the help I can get. Welcome aboard, Gabriel. I need all the help you can get. I don't have a Pride of the Fleet because I cannot assign a Pride of the Fleet. I have the Oni-sama, but I can't make it a Pride of the Fleet. All I have is like 4 subs. That's it. I have visited Turkey. Izmir. Antalya. I've been to Istanbul. I've been to Bursa. I have been... Kushadashi, I think, and that place with the naturally occurring hot water baths. Oh, what was it called again? Oh, what was it called again? I forget. It's like all white limestone deposits and hot water pools, open air. What was it called again? Damn. Oh, I'm blanking on it. Damn. Pamukkale, that's the one. That's the one. Yes, Pamukkale. Where's my country? There's my country. Yeah, it was very fun. It was very fun. Hey, Vorbara, welcome. One more for the ranks. I'm gonna need you guys to pull your weight here because this is gonna get a little tough. All right, nationalist education. That's 5% attack and defense. Very helpful in the long run. This is decent, but this gives me army experience and a research bonus, and this gives me doctrines and another research bonus. Might be nice because I'm probably gonna have to go ahead of time anyway, and none of the planning things really give me anything because I'm either locked up because I no longer control enough land, or they don't do anything because once again we don't control enough land for it to matter. This doesn't work. This is again, factories are cool, can't do anything with them. Polish intelligence might be nice. Decryption speed, yeah, for the German cipher, not a terrible idea. And this leads to like oh, it's actually quite a bit of army experience. Off-map mills, but off-map mills, again, really nice. I just don't have resources to make anything. So everything I can make is being produced at such a slow rate that it doesn't even matter. Yeah, now we're down to making none. 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 What am I lacking the most? I'm not even lacking that much infantry equipment. I just don't have enough basic guns to make this whole thing worthwhile. 6 per week is not a lot. Yeah, okay. Why not make Mountaineer Space Marines? Space Marines, I don't have the industry to make tanks. To make them Space Marines? Off-map dockyards? Hell yeah! No, I don't have steel. I said don't have steel. I don't have resources. I wish I could have held on to Kilcha, because that would give me some steel to work with. Is there anything nearby that would... No. We just have to suffer through this until we're ready to counterattack. I'm just gonna go grab those doctrine bonuses. Yeah, that's a good idea, KX. I've got 2 in the field right now. They're doing a good job getting rid of their planning and entrenchment. And considering I don't have much use for my civs anyway right now, I'm just going to do spy stuff. Hey, MDS566, welcome to the ranks. Another for the line. Gonna need all the help we can get. Hope you enjoy your stay. Katowice has steel, yeah, it's also way over there. How do you select disaster saves to do? They have to be feasible, so nothing that will just capitulate the next day cycle. They have to be not like 1949, because the game just runs like ass by then. And interesting in that the situation looks very desperate, and it's immediately visually clear that it's desperate. It has to be actually desperate. So Germany that is being invaded and the lines there, that's not desperate. Or like the US, oh, this is a US disaster save because I lost my D-Day troops. That's not a disaster. You can make more. That's why you see very few US disaster saves or Japan disaster saves. Those saves are just people who've lost their armies and like, oh no, what do I do? Yeah, just build more and try again. Marius Hoffman, a gifted membership. Well, thank you, Marius. And for that, you get to go on the line. You get to go on the line, sir. Yeah, I need help. Germany's running out of equipment. I think it's mostly... Oh, yeah. Oh, that is nice to see. Still going to be too precarious to push out, I fear. Because the moment I take tiles, I'm going to have to spread out a lot more. And then it becomes dangerous. I risk overextension if I spread out, if I push out too far. I'm gonna see if I can train up like 1 or 2 divisions. A couple of extra troops never hurts. Oh, Liam, maybe, but I get so many disaster saves up on the website. I can't possibly do all of them. Would you go to New Jersey? I don't know why people think New Jersey is such a bad place. I know too little of this to make an informed decision. Let's get the German cipher. Start cryptology. France, if you just do something, come help me out here, you absolute buffoons. I thought I got a doctrine bonus. Oh no, just army experience. I am very bitter about the lack of steel. The lack of steel is quite severe. It does hamper your industry quite a bit. Ooh, somebody's texting me on Discord. Ah. I need to return this man's phone calls. Commander 91st, an 11-month member flexer. Thank you. Why not play more Kaiserreich? German, East Asia, and Flanders, Wallonia has great content. Didn't know that. So, you know what? I'm going to write that on my blackboard, which I really do need to clean up. I'm going to write that on my blackboard, and we can do that next week. Just for you. I'll check it out, see which of those has the best potential, and we can do that next week. You know what? I am offended by the fact that the Germans are just sitting there. Then again, my troops are not built for the offensive, so this might not actually be the best idea. Come to Texas. I've been told everything is bigger in Texas. And again, I would very much like to go there. It's just that I would also very much like to not have to worry about all the paperwork getting me in trouble. Oh, the Germans are actually doing it. Oh, they went for Luxembourg. Oh, Belgium. Okay. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, they're just gonna go for all of them at the same time. That should distract from this. That should... no, let's stop that attack. I don't like modern days mods so much. The problem with the modern day mod is it runs incredibly poorly. At least on my computer, and in the couple of times I did try it, it just ran incredibly poorly. I have taken Radom. Let's see if I can push out a little further. It's not much, but if I could get a little bit out, it's a little far. Yeah, it's fine. All right, the only thing bigger in Texas is their ego. I've heard that as well, Colin. I've heard that as well. But I have been told, and I could be wrong, I have been told they have really good burger places, so they might have that going for them. Now, I am not an expert on Texas, so I would have to leave that to the true experts. Visit Batumi, such a great city. Is that, this place? You know, it does look like the Low Countries. Holy shit, is that... The Dutch have pushed out... Oh, no, they're getting their teeth kicked in. Anyway, we can use this glorious distraction to, counterattack. Just grab a little bit more land before we inevitably have to just batten down the hatches again. What do you think of Brazil? It's very far away. It is also incredibly large. It looks so large on the map, that's a bit intimidating. What is my favorite Hoi 4 game ever? I think one of the most enjoyable Hoi 4 games I've played was as the East India Company, because it was so stupid. It was stupid to the point that it became... It wrapped around to being good again. Does that make any sense? It was peak stupid, which made it good again. Alright, just force deploy these guys. It's a couple of extra troops. We're I am risking overextension doing this, but I think we're in a good place where we can potentially afford this. This also gives us control of Kielce, or however you pronounce it, which means we have steel. A little bit of steel, but it is steel. Gabs, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm from, but it's somewhere around there. You can guess, somewhere around there. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it is just very intimidatingly large on a map, is what I'm saying. Like, Brazil is bigly. It's bigly and huge. A bit like China. Okay, so let's not overdo it. But if I can take Krakow. Oh, this is just gonna come back to bite me in the ass when they finally deal with the allies. This is just gonna come back to bite me in the ass, isn't it? Any focuses that improve the territory I just got? Will you try the bad ending achievements? Oh god. It sounds like... Whenever I read that, it feels like so much work though. It feels like so much work. This allows me to get some Polish units, if I can hold that territory. Alright, that is Krakow as well. Let's just dig in here. Let's not push any further. Let's not push past this. I don't want to overdo it. This is just gonna have to do. Schmigly Wrigley, can I change you into something else? No. I can change Sikorsky over. So, unfortunately, he has defensive doctrine, so that's not great. Pavel Bermont Ava. I can make... No. I don't think this guy would qualify because he would already have military high command. Let's check. He's a country leader, cannot be an advisor. And Rudiger von der Goltz. I could make... I need to get him to level 4. So I'd have to switch him now for Rudiger. No, I think I'm better off leveling up a general and then making him a field marshal. Andy Lopez, it is often how that goes. There's a lot of strong rivalry there between those various states, I feel. What do you think about the no doctrines and no compromise, no surrender? Sikoravitor, we'll have to wait and see for what it ends up being. But I think it could be a very refreshing take on the current system. This isn't terrible, but it is very easily planned and gamed out, where you find the mathematically best path for every given situation. And giving us more freedom, I think, is never a good thing, never a bad thing. The risk is that it becomes busy work if there's no ways to fully automate it, or if it just requires too much interaction. Plus, it might end up hurting small countries if it requires too much investment. So we'll have to wait and see, but I am cautiously optimistic. Yeah, it looks a lot more customizable. Alright, war austerity trains, so we'll make those instead of the actual trains. Those are cheaper. We'll need them. I think they're gonna lose against the Allies, yeah. Because we're... Oh my god, the French are pushing. Haha! Suck on that. Suck on that. In that case, we just have to provide a little more push then. Hey, Colin the Hound, thank you very much. The real question is, how do you feel about the Philippines? If you do plan on doing Philippines, if you do on videos, I'm Filipino. Well, Colin, I am very interested in seeing how they tie the Philippines together with the US, because military integration was very, very closely tied. I believe both... Was it Eisen? I know that the idiot with the pipe. You know the one I mean. MacArthur was very well... well, the reason they fucked it up in the first place, the defense of the Philippines. But I think Eisenhower was there as well. As the chief of police or something along those lines. Anyway. I hope they do it justice. The main risk I see with this, if they don't balance the Filipinos' defensive strength with Japan's new focus tree, they might end up making it too difficult for Japan to take the Philippines. Usually they find ways to offset that by doing things to the AI's decision making. But I really hope the Philippines come out of this looking like the jewel of the Pacific they are. Yeah, I know. Yeah, MacArthur. Yeah, that's the idiot. But the other idiot was also there, I believe. No shortage of idiots. Douglas bigger than life, MacArthur. He would certainly like to think so. Now, one thing that would be interesting most of all is to see what alt history paths they offer the Philippines. Because I don't know enough about Filipino history to see what paths they could offer. But some sort of Pan-Pacific Union would be a cool thing to see. And then again, every island here has a different culture, and they don't necessarily all get along. But it will definitely... I want to see the alt history paths they've cooked up. I hope they're not idiotic. Yes, there is an encirclement chance. That is true. Let's see if we can take it. But I don't really want to push past the river, if I'm honest. Then again, I think Germany's weakened. Oh my god, Germany is weakened enough for me to make a move. I think we're just gonna go. I think we're just gonna go. Full send. What they're doing is the Austronesian language. So that it could be interesting, but you never know. Just if they decide to make it stupid, because not all of the alt history stuff is as good. There's certainly different levels of alt history they've approached in the past. I'm starting to get some throat issues. Alright, we're finally winning. About Czechoslovakia, what I think? I don't know. Because we have to see what they offer in that one Focus 3 DLC to see if it's worth it. What's the price going to be? Because I can't say it's going to be shit just because it only has the one Focus 3. It could be really good at a low price point. We just don't know enough. It's interesting that they're trying anything, that they're trying something new, so we'll see. A-Type Zeta, welcome! Thank you for your donation, sir. Last night I picked up Hoi 4 for the first time in a while and went for the monarchist revolution with the USSR and used your video as a guide to put the Romanovs back on the throne. That is a fun run. It's a bit of a one and done because it's always the same. But that is a fun run and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it. It's also one of my favorite paths to do. Whenever I feel like having a bit of Russia gaming, that's the path I take. First encirclement, 4 light tanks. No longer with us. Well, goodbye. Goodbye. Let's see if we can get some more encirclements going. Yeah, we're gonna start pushing now. To the extent that it's possible, of course. I don't want to overextend, because we still run the risk of overextension. That would be bad. But, at the same time, the Germans have squandered their strength here. So this is Jover. All you have to do was live long enough to inflict 1.4 million casualties. 860,000 through us. We've suffered 300k. I say we're doing well. I'd say we're doing quite well. Why is Poland Russian? It's not. It's insane. The Cossack King has taken over. But this is a disaster save where I'm trying to repair the damage that the person who sent this in had suffered. And boy, did they suffer. I also want to apologize if I end up coughing a lot. Voice is starting to give way a little bit. I have been a little sick, so that's probably not helping. Alright, let's see if we can get another pocket going. And there. And then support the attack there. Alright, it's a division. I'll take it. My current template is this, which is just bare bones dog shit infantry. And at the start it was the same, except no support companies other than engineers, which I switched out for maintenance companies so I could steal more guns. Let's get more troops into the field. So far, so good, actually. The risk is still, of course, overextension, but I think we might have crossed the Rubicon on that one. This is a lot better looking than before. Stop giving me strikes, you bastards. Alright, plan west, Sudeten Mountaineers. That's a couple of troops. They don't have to be good divisions. They just, you know, have to be divisions, and I can then get rid of them. Alright, 2 more encircled divisions. We have successfully split the fronts, and we'll take Danzig now. Or try to take Danzig, at least. How is industry doing now? Fine. We are actually pumping out quite a bit of equipment.